Hello, this is Dean Suzuki, and today in Bible in 5, we'll cover a sad situation, actually. Are you experiencing trials? In the world, there are many dark and sad situations. Evil people exist and may be causing the suffering of others. In today's message, we'll see a sad situation that happened in Jesus' time. So let's turn to the book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 16. Then when Herod saw that he had been tricked by the Magi, he became very enraged, and sent men and killed all the boys who were in Bethlehem and all its vicinity who were 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had determined from the Magi. So remember, Herod was jealous of Jesus because the Magi came and said that he would be king. And as a result of that, of his jealousy, he sent his soldiers to kill all the boys who were under 2 years old. This is a very sad situation, and I realize that there are many sad situations happening in the world today, and the Bible actually reflects that this is the same thing that happened thousands of years ago. So let's continue on in Matthew 17. Then what had been spoken through Jeremiah the prophet was fulfilled. A voice was heard in Ramah, reaping and great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children, and she refused to be comforted because they were no more. So this verse comes from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 15. And Jeremiah wrote these verses 700 years before Jesus was born. So Matthew shares that these verses prophesy what happened in Bethlehem 700 years later. So let's continue on in verse 19. But when Herod died, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt, and said, Get up, take the child and his mother, and go to the land of Israel, for those who sought the child's life are dead. Notice that the verse begins with Herod died. All evil people will eventually die and face God's judgment. God is aware that Herod died and sends his angel to talk to Joseph. This is the third message that in a dream that Joseph receives. So in verse 21, So Joseph got up, took the child and his mother, and came into the land of Israel. But when he heard that Archelaus was reigning over Judea in place of his father Herod, he was afraid to go there. Then, after being warned by God in a dream, he left for the region of Galilee, and came and settled in a city called Nazareth. This happened so that what was spoken through the prophet would be fulfilled. He would be called a Nazarene. The Bible doesn't hide evil, sad situations. Evil exists in the world, even today. God highlights, though, that he can work through evil situations. Jesus shares in John 16:33 that these things I have spoken to you, so that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but take courage, I have overcome the world. Jesus shares that in the world we will experience tribulation. We should also realize that Jesus has overcome the world, and that in Jesus we can have inner peace. Also in John 10:10, he shares that the thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came so that they would have life and have it abundantly. The devil is here to steal, kill, and destroy. Jesus came so that we may have life. Like Joseph in the story, we should build a tight relationship with God through prayer and study of the Bible. And by listening to his voice, we can receive God's guidance and have inner peace. With that, let's close today's message. Please read Matthew chapter 2, verse 16 to 23. And if you don't have a Bible, I put links to an online Bible in the description below, as well as the other verses that we covered. If you'd like to learn more about why God allows evil in the world, I put a link to a sermon on this topic. With that, let's close in prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for sending your Son Jesus to earth to be Emmanuel, God with us, to be with us when we experience trials and tribulations. And I ask that you bless the listeners of this message. And with that, I wanted to thank everyone for joining today. And if you're experiencing trials and tribulations right now, I highly encourage you to really dig deep into the Word and seek Jesus. And many times in my life when I've experienced trials, God has given me peace when I've sought Him. But with that, thank you for joining. Have a great day. Bye.